Hey everybody, welcome back to FiestaWatch, episode 3 of season 2. My name is Noah, and joining me as always is Wyatt, the hostess with the mostest, except that's coming up soon. Right now it's me. How you doing, Wyatt?
I'm doing pretty good. We're here to talk about League of Legends.
Yeah. You sound really convincing. I like it. I like
Let's do it.
Yeah, yeah, let's jump right in. Let's start with the LCK. As we always do, because it's fun.
Best league. We're a region.
Yeah. Best region, best league, best way, everything to be
just before we jump super into it,
Okay.
I love that with this meta, EU and NA, they all are just taking forever to do games, but LCK, good old reliable, just coming out with stops.
Well, hold up. Jin Air exists.
I mean, that's fair, but I guess it's just because this morning it literally finished up in 5 hours.
Yeah.
So
yeah, for sure.
I was like, holy shit, thank you.
It took me less time to cover 2 Korean series than it did to cover 3 NA series.
Yeah,
that's a problem.
It's a huge problem. So,
but now that the last night, you're speaking of last night's games. Let's talk about them because they were pretty interesting. Kingzone Dragon X takes down Rocks Tigers in a 2-0. We see the first Riven pentakill in I don't want to say ever because I haven't fact checked it, but in a damn long while.
I think they did say it. I think they said it was the first one.
Oh, nice. Khan popped off. Feels good, man.
He popped off both games.
It's Khan. It's Khan against who? That's who exactly. That's a question you have to ask whenever it's like, okay, Kingzone, who's Khan playing against? And if you don't, if it's not a big name, it's like, okay, so it's gonna be a stomp, and it was. And let's not discredit the rest of Kingzone, but Khan was the fucking man. Let's talk about this series, Wyatt. Apart from us, praising Khan, what else did you see from Kingzone that made you impressed?
I mean, Kingzone, they just showed once again, while they had they got 2-0 to start the season against against KSV. It's Samsung. That's going to be one of their hardest matchups for sure. But ever since then, they've been on a complete tear. And it hasn't even looked close. Even outside, I think even if Khan hadn't popped off, Kingzone still would have easily won the series because they play all their team compositions perfectly. They maybe not perfectly, but they all
play it much better than a lot of teams do.
Yeah, and their lanes were just playing super clean.
And for sure.
They made very few mistakes. So Rocks just had no avenue in which to get back into the game. It was rough to watch.
Right. The compositions that I think Kingzone likes to draft are very hit or miss in terms of in a vacuum, right? But these players are so good that they can make it work. Now, that being said, I do think that sometimes they get a little bit overconfident. But when you have Khan, Peanut, BDD, Prey, Gorilla, you can afford to be overconfident sometimes. There's not a lot of teams that can boast that much star power, let alone has an answer to that much star power. And then you throw in pretty interesting drafts that only they can pull off. It's a really dangerous team. Are you prepared to call this the best in Korea right now? They did lose to KSV, but KSV hasn't been looking so great themselves. I think at this point it's a toss-up.
Yeah, I think it'll be very interesting when they play again, in a few weeks on the second round robin. But we'll see what KSV looks like this week. I mean, they already 2-0'd MVP. They've got BBQ up, so they're gonna have a pretty easy week. Hypothetically, and so next week they've got an SKT matchup, which should be pretty interesting. But for now, with the way Kingzone is playing right now, I think Kingzone can take KSV if they play the way they have been the last 4 series.
Oh, for sure. And KSV on Monday they picked up a win over MVP, pretty unremarkable. MVP's kind of struggling. Jin Air picked up a win over Kongdu Monster, also kind of underwhelming, but it shows that Jin Air is at least slightly above middle of the pack.
Yeah. I mean, they're 3-2. They're above 500. They're not doing terrible.
They're fine.
MVP, I just realized hasn't even won a game yet. So
they have. Yeah, it's looking pretty grim. Looking pretty grim for MVP. We'll talk more about MVP next time. I think we have to. At least I need to watch some more of their games before I can definitively start talking about what I think their problem area is. But they have many. If record is anything to go by.
Yeah. I think we should mention SKT. They are now 1-3. They got 2-0. They got 2-1 after the podcast. Or no, They lost before the podcast last week to KT, and then after the podcast, they got 2-0'd by Kingzone.
Yeah,
and that one, like, it was a 2-0. Like, it wasn't even. I'm pretty sure that was a series that was done in like an hour and a half, or like an hour and 45 minutes.
Like
it was
around.
Yeah, it was pretty lopsided. So I don't know what it is with this team. Like,
I have an idea. They have fucking nobody around him.
That's true. I mean, yeah, because Faker, he's doing his job. Like, every game, he hasn't really had a bad series yet. Like, you look back to Summer Split when they went on that weird losing streak. Like, even he was, messing up in the mid lane, getting tossed around. But so far, like, all of the series, if he doesn't win his lane, he at least keeps it pretty even. So he's not the problem. It's just everything around him. It just seems to be falling apart. Like, whether it's the bot lane, the jungle, the top lane, like, everything is just
like going from blank to role swapping Wolf. Is that the best move SKT really could have done? Yeah. I understand that they have rookies that are coming in, and maybe in summer we start to see them play, and then maybe this team has a turnaround. But like, this current form is yikes. It's not very clean. Their top Untara is not that strong. There's a reason they went with Huni going into Worlds, because Untara doesn't lose lane, but he's Zig. He's just Zig.
Yeah, exactly.
He's combined Zig.
Yeah, and like, so Untara's not, and then Thal is not any better. So it's top lane is just, they went from Huni to having
big downgrade.
Yeah, huge downgrade. So I think it's
the jungle downgraded as well, kind of.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
well, actually, they definitely did. They went from Peanut to like
because Peanut, even though he might have his weird situations, like, he can pop off at any moment. Yeah, like, he's always good to pop off. So yeah,
this is a meta that suits him now. Last year's meta was kind of garbage for him.
And he still played well.
Yeah, exactly. Enough to get SKT to
almost
to Worlds Finals.
They got Worlds, yeah.
Their bot lane right now is looking pretty grim. Bang, I am not impressed by. And it's like, dude, you're supposed to be this. You're like, he's supposed to be the J.R. Smith right now to
right.
This is like before he imported everybody under the sun, and he's just looking over there like, hello, dude, yeah. And Bang's not performing. He's not producing right now, and it might be that he's still trying to build synergy with his new support, and that kind of stuff takes time, and it's just not happening yet. But like, their bot lane is losing some matchups to some bottom lanes they shouldn't be losing to.
Yeah, I mean,
I think until further notice, it's like, okay, so real quick before we move on, agree or disagree? We have to stop considering SKT as a top team until they show that they can play as a top team. Because right now, this looks like a mid-tier team at best.
Yeah, I agree. Because like, you can't, just because SKT has the history and the stature, the pedigree of their team.
Yeah.
This current iteration of SKT is not what we had in years past. Like, not even close. So
not even.
Yeah, until they can show up. Like, I think this week they've got MVP and Afrika. So MVP, if they don't beat MVP, then there's something seriously wrong with the team.
Then that's the actual, like, okay, shit.
Then that's like, the like, shit, do we need to blow up this roster kind of thing. Afrika, that's going to be hard, because Afrika's playing pretty well so far. So I don't, unless they
let's talk about it. Actually, I already said we're going to move on, but let's talk about Afrika a little bit. Because last night they played. Afrika's always an exciting team. I love watching Afrika.
Yeah.
Kramer is nuts. He's absolutely insane. He's like the most LPL Korean I've ever seen in my life. Like, last night he built a Locket on one of his backs. He's just like full bot Locket.
Yeah.
And in an interview, it was like he was just like, I needed a shield, an MR, and Locket gave me more of a shield and MR than Hector did, so I just got it. And my teammates were like, "Are you insane?"
And he was like, "Watch me."
Yeah, exactly. Watch me. Watch Kramer. He's fun as hell to watch. He's usually out of his character. I hope double Locket bot lane is not the wave. Because holy shit, that'd be boring. But like, whatever.
I mean, Afrika, like, their roster's looking pretty good. Like, Kramer was good. Tucson popped off last night. His Leona in game 2 was crisp.
Kuro's the glue.
Kuro, they're all playing really well. So
shout out to Afrika. I think they might be the third best team in the league right now. Agree, disagree?
I agree. Yeah, I could. Yeah, Kingzone, KSV, Afrika.
Yeah, Kingzone, KSV, Afrika, KT. Question mark?
Yeah, until further notice.
KT equals new liquid confirmed.
Yeah, I mean, like KT, it's I always feel weird putting eggs in that basket, but although KT plays Jin Air tonight, so I think that's actually gonna be pretty interesting because
that'll be fucking long.
It's gonna be long, and it's gonna be a test for Jin Air to see if they actually are what we kind of think they might be right now.
What you think they might be? I think they're like a Clown Fiesta team that like.
But I think they could be like solidly mid tier if they can just be consistent.
Well, but they're consistently like they're perpetually on the verge of falling over. You know.
Sure.
They're like they're that person, you know, whose life is hanging together by like a thread. But like they do it. They keep it together kind of.
Yeah, it's like every time we see them, they're on the verge of tears. It looks like they're just gonna.
It's like, oh Jesus, what happened? It's like, no, don't worry, it's fine. And then and you're like,
oh,
but then it's fine. And you're like, okay, word. Like ease off there, but sure.
Yeah, sure, okay, that's fine.
All right, let's move on. Speaking of heart attacks, LPL. Here we go. Rogue Warriors beat RNG. Let's go.
Yeah, like Rogue Warriors. After the first, we're in week 3 now, right? So like after the first week, I was like, all right, like I could see Rogue Warriors kind of maybe coming out because who did they used to be? They used to be
Rogue Warriors is a new team.
It's one of the new ones.
Okay. Yeah, they're a super team. They're the super team.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah. That's right. They have Doing Beast. That's right. Yeah.
Oh my god, I love Doing Beast. He's so like he looks at the game in such a stupid but effective way. I can't say stupid because it works, but like I don't know if you watched this game, but there was a game last year. This is when I first became a Doing Beast fan. He was playing Victor, and he went. And this was back when Riley's was like really good. And every mid laner built it. He was playing Victor, and he went Iceborne into he went Riley's into Iceborne Gauntlet. Because and he was just like yeah, they had 4 ADs. I'm building Iceborne Gauntlet. it's like instead of Zonia's, and he's like yeah, but he ended up doing like 60k damage or something stupid. He like hard carried. Doing B is this guy who has such kooky weird strats. I almost want to call him the Keen. I almost want to like compare him to Keen. But like, but Doing B is just an incredible talent. He's fun to watch. I don't think I've watched him get like outplayed in lane too many times. But yeah, I like this Rogue Warriors roster. Meanwhile, for RNG, I think it's too early. This was a 2-0 series, you know. But it's also week 3, and I don't think RNG fully like wakes up until like week 5. You know.
Yeah.
Because RNG like usually slumps, and then at some point, like it's like, okay, guys, we gotta get to playoffs, let's go, and then they wake up and they just go off.
Yeah.
So, do you like RNG's chances of beating? Oh, hold on, I just was looking at the matchup. Oh, never mind, it's not RNG. I'm sorry, I'm boosted. Apologies, chat. Edward Gaming versus WE. This is the matchup I really want to talk about.
Yeah.
Neither of these teams have played yet this week, but there's a lot of history there, you know. Edward Gaming, the number 1 seed going into Worlds last year, kind of shit the bed. Team WE, the 3rd seed, almost made it. Like they got really close. Yeah. Who did they lose to in semis? Was it Samsung?
Samsung 3-1.
It was Samsung. Yeah, they lost to the eventual.
Yeah, they lost to the team
unofficial third.
Basically, yeah. I mean, they lost. Like Samsung last year was so good. Like,
yeah, that was. Remember back in the day when you're like Samsung was gonna get demolished by KT, and then they 3-0'd KT, and then they demolished the bracket, and I was just like, feels good, man. Coasting.
Yeah, like you believed in Samsung from like spring last year.
I saw the line, dude. They're sandbagging. What do you know about the sandbags? There's a storm coming. Samsung's ready for it. They got the sandbags already unlocked.
I still can't believe it. Like just thinking about, just like looking at this world's bracket, like I still can't believe we live in a world where SKT got 3-0'd by Samsung in the finals.
Hey, stuff happens. I'm moving on before you can make that fucking joke. Edward Gaming versus Team.
Oh, you mean about
what do you have in what?
What are we doing? What do you say? WE and EDG?
Yeah, EDG and WE.
God. I'm gonna go with WE. I think WE is gonna pull it up. Yeah.
Any other reason other than just like they're the boys, or?
I just got a feeling. I have a feeling.
All right. I think I agree with you. I I hate like citing. I hate predicting our EDG to win because like history has a tendency to repeat itself.
Yeah.
And while WE is sitting at 3-2 right now, Edward Gaming's at 3-1. And it says on the LOL Esports website Group A, but like it's wrong. It's called something else.
Yeah, it's called the West region.
Yeah, come on, get your shit together. But it's the beginning of the year. You're gonna see all these teams, all these like lower tier teams, shoot up to the top of the bracket before cross group play starts.
Mm.
And these are the teams that usually like were boot camping like way beforehand, or playing all of, like the lower tier tournaments. And then cross group play begins, and then like something, and then like in cross group play, it's like the better teams or the teams that should be better kind of are like, oh, this is easy, whatever, and then they just like come alive. And then after that, it's like the teams that started on top, they all sink down to the bottom, and the cream of the crop rises to the top. So I can't wait to see that happen again. LPL doesn't truly start until like week 7 or week 8.
Yeah, LPL is such a wacky.
I love it. I like it though.
It's such like a, not that the play is B tier, but it just feels like just the way the teams like jockey around. Like it feels like
they don't give a shit. Like,
it's so
you
weird.
only need to get top 4. Is it still top 4?
Yeah, it's still top 4.
You only need to get top 4 in your group to make it on to playoffs.
Yeah.
So like top 4, you have to be better than 3 teams.
That's it, yeah. And especially with
easy peasy.
with Top Sports starting out 0-6 and Vici starting out 0-4, like
yikes!
Like, come on, you really basically only have to be better than 2 other teams, because like, come on.
Hey Wyatt, remember when I gave out about EasyHoon? Because I had people who were talking to me and they were like, "This is EasyHoon's time to shine." And I'm like, no, he was a Korean star. Not a Korean nobody who went to China and made a name for himself. He was a Korean star who then got a bunch of money to go over. He's not gonna be that guy. It isn't a 0 meta, and yet EasyHoon is 0-4. Thinking.
Yeah.
It's hard to brag that I was right. Yeah. Anything else you want to talk about in terms of China? Shout out to Snake Esports 4-1, locking down. Somebody take a picture and frame it before the inevitable collapse comes. Well, maybe. I don't know. Do you think Snake will make a playoff appearance this year, or?
I think they can.
Or display.
Yeah,
okay.
I think they will. Like, they've got a good start already. Like, unless they completely bomb out, which is possible because it's LPL.
It's easily
and it's
possible. Yeah, exactly.
I mean, especially because we're only there's 10 weeks in the LPL. Like, they have 7 weeks left. So, anything is possible. But from what we've seen so far, I feel pretty confident that they'll at least make playoffs. I don't know if they'll continue to have the top spot, but I think they'll squeeze into playoffs.
Yeah, I think in terms of Snake, like I think Gogo's been playing pretty well.
Yeah,
definitely an upgrade. I'm glad they finally picked an AD carry, and I'm glad they picked Crystal over OQ. I've never been impressed by OQ.
Mm-hmm.
I think he maybe had like one good split in Korea or something, or maybe one good split in China, and then he came to NA, and then he was like, "Oh, OQ's gonna destroy the Challenger League," and his team went like 2-3, which isn't his fault. But then he went to China, and then he played for this team, and it was like, "Oh, you're not that much of an upgrade." And meanwhile, Crystal played support for him, and he looks like not bad considering he's role swapping. I don't know. Snake has a lot of shit wrong. Like somebody should write a book about like the weird shit that Snake Esports, the decisions they made. I think it'd be an interesting stuff. But that's enough. That's enough of China. China's a weird place. It is a silly place. We're moving on to the EU LCS. Wyatt, how much EU did you watch last week?
Last week I think I watched like all of Saturday.
Okay.
Or no, Friday, whatever the first day was.
Something like that.
And then part of Saturday.
Okay. Do you want to? What games do you feel like we should talk about, if any?
Well, I think we have to talk about the fact that Unicorns of Love is 0-4. They're the only team that hasn't won a game. I mean, just a passing reference. Not that we need to get into it, but like they look terrible.
This is a completely different team other than their coach, who encouraged chaos style, which isn't a style.
Yeah, they look terrible. But on the other hand, I think I'm very happy to see that Giants are still playing pretty well. Like they beat G2 and they beat H2K. Like those are solid wins.
Well, maybe because these are both rosters that are out of the 10 starters who played for both those teams respectively. Mm-hmm. Only one is on the team that he was with last year.
Sure.
You know?
That's
right. And Jankos went from H2K to G2, and the one being Perks. So like maybe like technically two, but like these are completely new rosters, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
If anything, I do you expect? I think I don't know if I don't want to say if I expect this or not because I'm still on the fence internally. But like, imagine a world in which the teams that were like really new assembled of like a bunch of youngsters and like incoming talent, fresh faces. They start off really strong because they have the most coaching, and then when the more established teams like start to gel, they start to clobber everybody else, and then you see like the order kind of flip themselves. Do you think that's a possibility, or do you feel like the teams that are showing up right now are legit?
I think they're legit because like EU is always such a weird region. Like I feel like it's next to LPL. It's kind of like the one where like stuff can change in an instant. Because like I don't think G2 is going to be this bad all split. Like I don't think they're going to miss the playoffs. They may not be as good as they were before.
What if they miss the first time they don't have Joey Youngbuck coach Youngbuck in a while and they miss playoffs entirely? That'd be a big statement.
That would be something else.
That'd be a big statement.
Also, shout outs to Ethan. Ethan, one of our writers, he is predicting that Sven and Mithy will be back with G2 for summer. Just wanted to just shout that out just to see what people think about that. You can feel free to tweet him if you wanna flame him or whatever.
Call him a boy out like that. What's wrong with you?
I think if they miss playoffs, I wouldn't be surprised if they make some really big moves. I don't know if it'll be that move, but I could see them making some moves.
Speaking of, so here's what I think. I'm going to circle back around to your Unicorns of Love thing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see any redeeming qualities in this team. Mm-hmm. Is that rude?
No, like I think the way that they've played so far, like they don't look like a team that's going to win many games. Like they just don't.
Because they lost their two shot callers.
Yeah, because like if you look at like
they lost their shot callers and playmakers from last year.
So, yeah, like last split, okay, yeah. Were they ever like top tier? Not really. Like they kind of were on the
outside.
Edge.
They were on the outside looking in. That's like the legacy of the Unicorns of Love is on the outside looking in.
But now they're on like the outside of the playoffs completely. I mean, they're at the bottom looking up.
They're another county.
Like they're not even in the same conversation as these teams. And like you said, they may have been on the outside looking in before, but you felt that they could take games against big teams. You kind of felt like, hey, somebody could pop off. They might be able to do something.
They don't have that pop off potential anymore.
Yeah, this team, like, there's no one that's gonna pop off.
Okay, without looking, name one member of their roster.
Samnix is the only one I can remember because I remember.
Oh yeah, he's the holdover, right?
Yeah, because he didn't leave.
He doesn't look too great without Hillsang right next to him.
No. So like,
not trying to diss Samnix, like he's fine. He's serviceable.
Yeah.
He's serviceable.
Yeah, exactly. But they need more than serviceable. Like they need some sort of spark, or they're just gonna. I mean, and they have H2K and Vitality this week. Like, and then Fnatic and G2 next week. Like, I'm not
decently tough schedule, but like, you don't look at those matches and none of them you feel confident saying, yeah, I think they'll win. You know?
Yeah, especially with like a best of one. Like, most teams you should at least be able to be like, hey, like you know what, they could take a game. Like something wacky could happen. But
yeah, for sure.
You could have like which we'll get to, but you could have like a situation with Clutch Gaming versus CLG where everyone just fucking runs into the same person over and over and like feeds ridiculously. Like you could have something like that happen, but
a little bit of foreshadowing there, Wyatt. I like it. Real quick, any of the individual matchups from week 2 that you want to discuss? The odds have it. Let's go on to week 3. Let's look ahead.
Yep.
Pick a matchup and let's talk about it. What's the match of the week for you in Europe?
The match of the week. It may not be like the match of the week, but I'm looking forward to Giant Schalke on Saturday, because like these are two teams that both just came back from relegation, and they're kind of looking to find their place in the EU again. And Giants are already there, like they're doing very well. Schalke is 2-2, so they're on the cusp, but they're not necessarily there yet.
They need to find that consistency, Wyatt.
Yeah, so like Schalke, however the fuck you pronounce it. Schalke. There we go. They've got Vitality and Giants. So like this is like those are two games that they're going to be really big for that team. So I'm very interested to see how they look, how they play against two of the better teams in the EU LCS. Probably, I mean, at this point, the two best teams in the EU LCS and Vitality and Giants. So
right,
I'm curious.
I agree with you. I think it's gonna be interesting. I also want to call attention to this Giants versus Roccat because both teams are 3-1. Something has to give, right? Mm-hmm. And we maybe get to see like which of these teams is the more legit, or which because these are if you like judging by the eyeball test on the and by strength of record, these are the top two teams in the region right now. Mm-hmm. Changing of the guard, so to speak. So I think it's gonna be interesting to see how that shakes out. But let's move on to predictions a little bit. Let's start with Giants versus Schalke. Who do you got?
I'm gonna go with Giants. I think they've shown to be the stronger team at this point. Yep. We'll see how things go in the series, but up to this point, Giants have looked really clean in pretty much all phases. So I think they're gonna. It might be close because I think Schalke's got a pretty good squad, but Giants is just kind of more well tuned or fine tuned at this point.
I'm gonna have to agree with that. Although actually, because Giants versus Rocket, maybe they focus all their effort into planning for that one, and then Schalke has like the sleepers advantage, you know, or it's like a trap game for them. But I think I'm gonna have to agree with you. I think Giants will win this game. I like Giants a lot. I like everything they're doing in terms of like how they're playing around their mid laner. Mm-hmm. He just gets like stupidly fed for no reason. And I'm not sure if Rocket has the tools to, or not Rocket, sorry, Schalke has the tools to counteract that.
Yeah.
Moving on to the other matchup we were talking about, Giants versus Rocket. This is going to be the day before. Who do you got? This is the juicy one, I think.
Yeah, I think this is going to be the closest because like especially you wouldn't expect this coming in from Rocket because like the last like
or the Kingslayers super late last year.
That's true. Yeah, they
finally started to get it.
And that's what they always do. They shit the bed for like 7 weeks, and then the last 3 weeks they're just
if Rocket was in the LPL, they would be the most terrifying team.
They really would because you'd be like, they started off 1-6, but it's fine.
The league doesn't matter until week 7. Oh god, they have their shit together. No. And
yeah, it's pretty insane.
Anyways, so who do you got this week?
I think I'm still going to go with Giants. I've really liked what I've seen from them. Like you said, like the way they can play around Betsy in the mid lane. They know their strengths and they seem to be okay with just tailoring their gameplay around that. So I think they're gonna pull it off. I think they're gonna get another 2-0 on the week.
I'm gonna go with Rocket here.
Okay.
I think I really like Memento. I think this is going to be an interesting matchup. Prophet versus Ruin is going to be really fun to watch.
Yeah.
For sure. At the end of the day, I think Rocket's bot lane will be able to go even, maybe even edge out a little bit of an advantage, and I expect Blank to have a monster game against Betsy. Not because I think Betsy's not that good, but I just think I think Blank's just going to pop off. I don't know. I just the pop-off alarms are ringing in my head, so I'm just going to listen to what they say.
Yeah.
So that's a Rocket for me. But now there's more EU action, but like, we'll talk about it when it happens, if anything catches our eye. But right now, let's move on to the NALCS. Good old US of A. TSM finally got a fucking win. Cool. Boy.
Yeah, like
it was a dirty win. A sturdy, sweaty win.
Yeah, they got a win against the team that they needed to beat, but it took them 62 minutes to do it. Like, and I'll give them Optic, like they have the longest average game time in the NALCS at this point. So, they know how to stall things. They're the Gen Air of this region, but still, like TSM's gotta. They just like they got a win, but I'm still not confident at all in the team.
Like, Optic is looking like the worst team in the league right now. Right, and you look at the other teams that TSM has lost to. They got stomped by Liquid. They lost to a FlyQuest, who also looks like weak as hell, and then they got just gobsmacked by Echo Fox. So at the end of the day, TSM fans, half of you are bandwagoners anyway, so you might want to unclip your cable from the cards. It's about to go off a cliff, at least for the foreseeable future. Maybe they get better over time and then they ramp back up. But for now, find another team to support, because if you like winning, this is not the team for you. I think losing to FlyQuest is really indicative of a problem, especially considering FlyQuest have been looking like garbage, relatively speaking. They did manage to eke out a win over the Golden Guardians, who are actually the worst team in the league. I just forgot they existed. I'm really sorry. Apologies.
They're the worst, but I think Optic is...
You think Optic is worse than Golden Guardians? Didn't they play?
Optic and Golden Guardians?
Yeah. No,
not yet.
That's when the universe ends. Okay.
Not until...
I want to stay away from League of Legends.
Not for a while. It's not until week 5.
Thank Christ.
Long ways away.
Okay, but Golden Guardians and Optic, worst teams right now.
Mm-hmm.
Who else is bad? CLG's bad. Hey, they beat Golden Guardians.
They did.
Finally got a W.
I actually was for Evan's post-game interview after the CLG game. I don't know if you saw it. It was
with Clutch. Yeah, he's just they're just beating.
He literally he's like I didn't know what the fuck they were doing. It was so bad. That game was the epitome of what CLG is right now. Like you've always said, they always, if one person dives into a fight, they're just like, all right, well, I guess we're doing this.
Stop him. Yeah, they just go.
Because that's what they did over and over. They just kept. They were like,
it was so.
I think Huey went in, and then somebody went. Yeah, somebody went somebody went to the jungle, and then the other person followed, and they were just like, oh shit, and then they both died.
Everybody TP in, and then they all TP in, and they just died. And it's like, what the fuck? What the fuck just happened? It was like a 12, an 18-minute ace. It's like, okay.
Yeah, it was terrible.
I guess this is what's happening.
Yeah, I think he got the double kill that put him at 5 kills at 12 minutes or something like that, and then he got the penta at 18 or 19 minutes, and then
I had a friend of mine who messaged me. He's like, "Boy, Fabian's the real deal, huh?" And I'm like, I don't know, anybody look good.
I probably could have did well in that game with the way that CLG was just diving in.
Yeah, gave you 10 kills on his ear. At 20, hell yeah, I'm in. I'm about that life. Yeah. Jesus Christ, CLG, they get their shit together. On the flip side, let's talk about some teams that are doing well. Cloud9, good on them to turn things around after a kind of unconvincing week. Oh no, they went 2-0. Am I thinking of somebody else? I'm thinking of somebody else.
I think you're thinking of
nobody.
Who are you thinking of?
I don't know. Let's move on.
I was like, everyone else is because
everybody
who's still playing well.
Yeah. Oh, not well enough to beat 100 Thieves though. There we go.
That's true. Yeah, which I thought was funny that Liquid, or 100 Thieves beat Liquid and then lost to Cloud9.
There's parity. Let's go.
Yeah, but I think that both were good games. I think it's gonna be real interesting. I think those 3. Well, no, Echo Fox too.
Elephant in the room. Echo Fox is 4-0. They're monsters. Who can beat them? Who can stop them?
I don't at this point. It's gonna take a lot.
They're Kings and Dragon X Light.
Especially if you
they're Diet Dragon X. They're Diet Kings and Dragon X.
And they have
such a top laner. And
they have such an easy schedule the next 2 weeks too. They have CLG, and then they have Optic, and then they have Golden Guardians, and then they have Liquid. So week 4 they have one.
They have Liquid
match.
So their next game is against Liquid, realistically.
And then week 5 they've got 100 Thieves and Cloud9. So that's when we'll kind of start.
That's a fucking week. Yeah, but hopefully this team doesn't implode because I like them a lot.
Yeah, they're playing really well.
Yep. They are. Although, if the cracks start to show, do you think it's curtains for them, or do you think they'll be able to bounce back? Right, this is all conjecture, so maybe we should.
Yeah, I think they can bounce back. Yeah. I think from what they've shown so far, I think they're kind of in it for the long haul.
All right.
Especially looking at the other teams, I don't see them not making playoffs. I don't know if they'll stay up at the top and get a bye week, but I don't see this team not making playoffs. Like they're just playing so well right now.
Yeah, like okay, so early contenders for playoffs. Echo Fox, Cloud9, 100 Team Liquid, 100 Thieves, and then from there. Who else from there? I don't think FlyQuest makes it. I think Clutch will make it. Clutch will make it.
Yeah, I think Clutch. Like the current like top 5 with from Echo Fox, 100 Thieves, Cloud9, Liquid, Clutch, and then I
don't believe in FlyQuest.
No, I think TSM will pick up the last spot.
You think they'll turn it around in time?
I mean, because just looking at the other 4 teams besides them,
CLG's there.
But like, I just don't have faith in this. Like, I mean, CLG can turn it around. Like, it's still early.
They could.
They've, if they can fix some of their issues.
Which team's problems, at least from like from just what you've seen, like your eyeball test, which team's problems seem more easily fixed? TSM or CLG's?
I think TSM, because like TSM, like, cause they've got like with TSM, they changed out what 60% of their team.
Yeah.
So
and they have a new coaching staff too.
Yeah, whereas like CLG still got the same staff. All they did was change out jungle and support. Everything else is the same. So it's like you have not only did they only change out two spots, but the other 3 have been playing together for like fucking 2 years or something like that, or almost 3 years now. Like
forever and a half. Yeah.
Like they have so much time in. So it's like those guys should be able to lead the other 2 to victory, especially because like you got Rainover and Biofrost. You got 2 pretty good players.
Yeah, that's what you wanted, isn't it?
Yeah, like you didn't make huge. It's not like SKT where SKT made like some
massive
pretty huge downgrades. Whereas
Rainover is definitely an upgrade from fucking
upgrade. And then I think with support, that's a lateral move at worst.
Mechanical upgrade, shot calling downgrade.
Yeah, exactly. So I think like at basically it's like a wash. So it's like you just kind of made a lateral move. You got a better mechanical player, but less of a shot caller. So it's like you should be playing better than 1 and 3. So
for sure.
We'll see.
This week's games kind of look lame. I don't want to talk about any of them.
I feel like that's every week, and I mean, I think 100 Thieves Clutch will be.
Yeah, that'll be interesting. Do you think Clutch can win that one or not? I'm thinking 100 Thieves just wins.
Yeah, I think so.
I don't think
Clutch looked good, but
I don't think Lyra can pop off. Like I don't. I think Meteos is good enough and like smart enough of a player to not let Lyra pop off too hard.
Yeah,
and then it's like someday versus whoever. Solo, right?
Yeah.
Someday versus Solo. That's a nice meme. Febby actually might be able to shit on Ryu, but
yeah, like Febby been like all jokes aside about how he kind of just got fed. Like he's still a good player. He's still one of the best in the region.
Ryu's pretty solid though.
So I think that'll probably be like the most interesting matchup.
The bot lane is definitely going to be the most interesting. After
I meant the 2 teams in general, not necessarily.
Of course.
But I think bot lane should be. There's a lot of interesting matchups with this particular series, so that's one to watch out for. I think Clutch Cloud9 is probably the only other one that's really of substance next week or this week.
Yeah. Okay. I think. Well, I agree with you on that, but also CLG versus FlyQuest. It's not the series you want to watch, but it's an important series. So like,
sure.
Wait, where are these teams at? You know, like that's the biggest thing. Is like where are these teams where are these top like legacy teams that have been slumping? Like where are they actually at right now? And that's going to be a huge test for CLG. Because like they need to show up against FlyQuest. Turtle gave an interview and said like, yeah, we're not doing too hot right now. And this is going to be coming straight off of losing to Echo Fox too. Because I'm assuming Echo Fox is just going to smash like they do all the time.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting. Team Liquid versus Gold Guardians. That should be fun, right?
Yeah, I mean that's one. Like I think that's very much like the SKT MVP matchup where it's like if you lose this one, like
yikers.
Yeah.
I don't think Liquid is necessarily SKT right now. I feel like TSM feels more like SKT. They play 100 Thieves this week.
Well, that's what you said. TSM Golden Guardians, right?
No, I said Liquid. Maybe my mind said Liquid. My mouth said TSM. I don't know.
Okay. then never mind. I don't agree with Then that I think is just liquid.
That was a meme while I stalled for time, and I found a real matchup I want to talk about. TSM versus 100 Thieves. On paper, this should be a close game. De facto, though, what do you think is going to happen?
De facto, I think 100 Thieves is going to come out and clap, especially because I think with Afromu,
clap.
Yeah, like because the way that like Afromu's his demeanor, like just listening to him in interviews, like how it just seems very fired up. And did
you see the house tour, the 100 Thieves house tour? Their house is fucking massive.
It's so big, yeah.
It's so nice. It's like, what the hell? I want to live.
Exactly. I'm like, damn. All right, Nate, I see you.
Yeah, it's like, hey, Afro, come play for this team. We'll get you a coach who's like on to world semis. It's like, okay, we'll get you a Korean import top laner. Okay, here's the house. Like, all right, shit.
All right, sounds like a good deal to me. So
yeah, let's go.
And I think with CLG not being able to beat TSM for the last couple of splits,
nice.
I think he should get them pretty fired up, and he's got a pretty solid squad this time. So, and with TSM slumping, like this is the perfect time to kind of just beat him on the ground.
Exactly. Alrighty. Medias versus Mike Young, Battle of the NA Legends.
Oh man.
Yeah, I agree. 100T, I think are going to win. And that's going to do it for League of Legends for the week. There's no other League of Legends in the world. There is, but like, whatever. We'll get to it when we get to it.
Well, we'll get to it when MSI and...
Yeah, we'll
talk about Gigabyte Marines and
whoever else.
What's the...
Lion Gaming. They always make it.
And then what's the team from Taiwan? Flash Wolves.
I don't know. Flash Wolves are kind of... I think they lost a lot of people.
Did they? I don't know. I just always hear.
Also, fucking Gigabyte Marines lost their star jungler.
Did they? I don't pay attention.
To 100 Thieves Academy, Wyatt.
Are you serious? Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. I forgot. I think I wrote that note. I probably should have remembered that.
What is stacked? Like I say stacked. I don't have no idea who else is on the roster. I just know Levy's there, and I'm like, he looked good at MSI and Worlds. So yeah, cool. Anyways, that's going to do it for us. You can catch our Twitter handles down below. We're free to talk about Overwatch, League of Legends, Overwatch, whatever else. Right now, we're both addicted to Slay the Spire. If you haven't checked that game out,
oh my god, yes.
I won't say go buy it until their developers pay me, but like if they're listening, like that's going to do it for.
We will pimp the shit out of your game, please.
Your game helps us stay awake during dark times. That's going to do it for FiestaWatch, episode 3, season 2. Anything you want to say before we go off the air?
No, that's gonna do it. Stick around for our Around the Hoot for our Overwatch podcast, and then after that we'll have Dota and Call of Duty. We have our full slate today.
Oh my god, that's so many podcasts.
Exactly. So don't touch that browser, and we'll be back in a few.
All right, bye everybody.